lips. These lips want to touch. Not everybody in this room is doing it. And that's lie number one. As a matter of fact, those that are having sex, 89% of high school students that have premarital sex say that they wish they would avoid it. 60% of high school students who had premarital sex say it caused extreme guilt in their heart. There's people in this room that have had premarital sex and you wish you could go back. There's some people in this room that made poor choices last weekend, and then deep down inside your heart you wish you could go back. There's people in this room that are being pressured this weekend by being home. And let me talk to the girls from the heart of their dad about being home. Now girls, there's a lot of fine young men in this room. Men who are gentlemen, men who are polite. How many girls want your man to be a gentleman? Let me see your hands. Any girls want to get treated like a paper plate? Get licked all over and thrown away when he's done with you? Any girls? Anybody want to be a paper plate? Here's the deal. Boys, look around, because these girls want to be treated like a princess. And girls, let me tell you from the heart of a dad, you are a princess. And you need to be treated that way. It's okay to open up doors for the ladies. It's okay to be nice to them. It's okay to even pay for their meal. And let me talk to the girls about benevolent. The first lie of our culture is that everybody's doing it. The second lie of our culture is safe sex. Billy Hubble doesn't tell you about this one. There's no such thing as safe sex. The only safe sex is no sex. Did you know there was a survey recently done with 800 sexologists? What do you want to be when you graduate high school? Sexologist. You're not but a pervert, friend, if you want to be a sexologist. You got problems. Watching way too much Jerry Springer. Tuning in on a little Oprah Winfrey when you used to go. 800 sexologists, and they were asked this question. If you could have sex with your dream mate, and you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt they were HIV positive, and you could use as many forms of protection you want, would you still have sex with them? All 800 of the sexologists said absolutely not. You know why, friends? Because did you know the HIV virus is smaller than the smallest hole in the condom? And some of you think just because you don't have a worm crawling all over you that you don't have anything. Friends, hear me, and hear me clearly. There's no such thing as safe sex. The only safe sex is no sex. That's the truth. The third lie of our culture is that sex isn't that big of a deal. Friends, yes it is. There's a lot of consequences when you have premarital sex. And it's more than just sexually transmitted diseases. You girls, if you have sex with 3 people in your life, you're 15 times more likely to develop cervical cancer. There's a lot of students that have a lot of consequences from premarital sex. Has nothing to do with STDs, loss of virginity that you can never get back, guilt, shame, pregnancy. Over 55 million babies have been thrown into a blender and slaughtered. Many of the products left over from abortions you girls are wearing on your faces. Did you know they sell them to makeup companies? Did you know that, friends? The base of most of the lipstick sold in our stores comes from aborted babies. 55 million babies killed. Wasn't even their fault. Friends, that's a lot of pain all because you give into bit of hope. And let me talk to the girls straight up. Girls, there's a lot of good guys, but there's a lot of jerks. And from the heart of a daddy, let me tell you the truth about Billy Ho. Billy Ho says, baby, I love you. Does your head hurt? Because it looks like you just fell out of heaven. What's your name again? Oh, baby, Billy Ho loves you so much, I'm going to take you out on Friday night. It's prom. I'll pick you up on my bike. And so Billy Ho rolls up in front of the house. He says, hop on the pegs. And so Billy Ho cruises down the sidewalk and he takes you to the prom, or he takes you to Casey's. He's been saving up his lunch money all week. And Billy Ho says, baby, I love you. What's your name again? Baby, after we get done eating up here at Casey's, let's go up to the park. Why don't you give Billy some kissy kissy?
and give Billy Ho some rubbly and some touchy. Why don't you give Billy Ho a little feely? You know what girls need to do? And I teach my girls this. This is what you do. You say, hey Billy, when you're at the park, Billy, hop off the bike. Because I'm going to rock your world standing. And so he gets off the bike and you say, close your eyes, Billy Ho. And when Billy closes his eyes, what I want you girls to do is take your right knee, thrust it into his groin as hard as you can! Come on, girls, come on! And when Billy Ho's on the ground and he's screaming in pain, you stand on top of him and you look him in the right in the face and you say this, Billy Ho, if you really love me, I expect a phone call tomorrow. Because if Billy Ho really likes you, he'll treat you like a lady, not like a piece of meat. Some of you girls think, I can't do that. I love Billy Ho so much. He may dump me. Then let him dump you. Be the best thing that ever happened to you. Trust me, because most of the time Billy Ho is nowhere around the following week. Or he tells everybody about it in the locker room, even though he says, I won't tell anybody, baby. This is our secret. And he posts it on MySpace. Let me tell you what I teach our girls. Later, my 6-year-old princess, she's in kindergarten, and at recess, they play a game called Kiss and Tag. Now, we teach our girls that you save your first kiss for marriage. That's what we teach them. And my kindergarten daughter, late, they were chasing her and her 2 friends around the playground, and they would catch them, and they would make them stand on a sticky wall, and the boys would kiss the girls. And my daughter, Layton, can run too fast, so nobody ever catches her. But they caught one of her friends, I won't say her name, and she was kissed by 5 different boys at recess. And you know what my daughter Layton did? She said, boys, stop it. Girls, come here. And she marches over in the corner of the playground with her friends. She says, now girls, listen to me. My daddy says that we're a princess, and that we're supposed to save our first kiss for marriage. And so we can't play this game anymore, okay? Okay. That was it. Stop playing the game. No more. If my 6-year-old girl can take a stand with Billy Ho over a kiss, say, Heath, why do you teach them to save your first kiss? How many of you know we don't talk to kindergartners about sex? No? We don't have sex till we're married. What's sex, Daddy? Go talk to your mom. We're not even going there. So we teach them to save your first kiss. The point is, friends, if my princess and my angel can save their first kiss and take a stand at recess, then girls, you can take a stand when Billy Ho comes. Billy Ho wants to treat you like a piece of meat, kick him to the curb. Boys, let me talk to you for a second. Think about it this way. I wish somebody would have told me this. And again, there's a lot of good guys in this room. You treat ladies the way they're supposed to be treated, men are proud. But guys, think about it this way. One of these days, you'll see your bride walk down the aisle and you'll marry her. Would you want to marry her knowing that some other boy treated her like a paper plate? How many of you boys, when you're getting ready to marry your bride, she tells you about all the Billy Ho's out there? How many of you boys want to meet Billy Ho? Of course you will. You may not marry your girlfriend. You may be kissing on somebody else's wife. And you think about that because you treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you don't want some boy mistreating your future wife, then guys, you treat your lady like a princess.